Welcome to Fur Family Focus. Today we're going to be chatting about ways to make money on Rover. I've got my sister Allison with me here today.
Hi.
She and I both do Rover. I guess we could say part-time and full-time, and we really enjoy caring for the fur babies. Before we get started, let's just chat a little bit about what Fur Family Focus is. It's a channel where we talk about our fur families, our fur babies, ways to bond with them, and ways that we can enrich each other's lives. Anytime you have a fur baby in your life, it is your job to ensure they have the highest quality of life, which leads us to dog boarding. So Rover is a dog boarding platform that you look online. They will show you sitters in your area or in your zip code or in your neighborhood even. And you will choose from those sitters based on their profiles. Once you've looked at their profile, you will then set up a meet and greet to see if the pet is a good fit for you to keep in your home. These meet and greets can happen at lots of different places. What are some of the places, Allison, that you've done the meet and greets before?
I like to do them at pet-friendly places like parks or even PetSmart. So I really love to do it at PetSmart because that's a good general place for people to come, and there's lots of other pets there as well, so it's very pet friendly.
It is, and one thing that I've noticed during my meet and greets, I've actually never had one that went bad, is that it gives me an opportunity to see the pet out around other animals. It also gives me the opportunity to meet their owner in a neutral and safe setting. And as a Rover dog boarding provider, since I will be keeping these babies in my home, I don't want to invite them over to my home because I'm going to have fur babies already there that I am boarding. But I do want to get to know the owner in a way that's safe. And then once they confirm the booking and I know that they're definitely going to bring their dog over, then I send my address through the Rover app. And everything I do, I make sure I keep on the Rover app. As a Rover provider, if you do want to make income this way, I think it's really important that you trust the Rover platform completely. One of the things Rover provides is the Rover guarantee. And there's just so much in that guarantee.
Yes, I do love the Rover guarantee. Anytime I have specific questions or needs, I reach out to Rover and they're able to answer all of those questions. One thing about the guarantee is by booking on Rover, if for any reason a situation arises that is something that's unusual, you can reach out to them and they will help. And they also help you with like veterinarian care if you have to send a dog to the vet or a cat, for whatever reason.
Absolutely. I've definitely used the Rover hotline, even if I just needed to add a night to a client's booking and maybe I needed to do that quickly. They answer 24/7. And one of the ways that I love making money on Rover is whenever people leave reviews and they tip us. Why? And I think whenever we think about pet sitting, it isn't always something that we think about as far as tipping the caregiver, but it's just like any other service industry. Anytime that there is an opportunity to tip, and they absolutely give that to the clients in their email after they're boarding with Rover, it is awesome because it really gives them an opportunity to give you direct feedback through the review and then to say a little thank you with the gratuity. One of the things that I think is really awesome about Rover as well is the consistency of the app and the platform.
I love the reviews. I really love the feedback from my clients and just knowing that they felt very safe and secure with me watching their fur baby while they were away. So I absolutely love reading that feedback.
That is so neat. And one thing about the reviews, and I'll be sure to link my Rover profile below just so you can see my reviews and see my profile. And even for anyone who may not need dog sitting, even in the near future, it's just awesome to know that the Rover app is there and that all of the sitters there are background checked, both criminal and otherwise, prior to them listing their availability on Rover. Another aspect of Rover that I like is it allows you to provide additional services to fur babies. For instance, I occasionally do dog grooming, and that's a service that I have been able to list on Rover in the past. I also have done nail trims via Rover, dog baths. Picking up at the family's home is an additional charge on Rover, but something many clients use. I think there are just so many ways that Rover helps fur families, especially if you're new to the area or if you're in the area and maybe your family can't watch your fur baby while you are away. Some of the ways that I make money on Rover that I believe are most important are through repeat bookings. When we get repeat clients, they really start to feel like family.
I absolutely love repeat clients. Right now, I have a dog that I have almost every other weekend because the family goes out of town to watch their son play basketball. So I absolutely love that aspect of it. And also, one of the services I provide, like Melanie mentioned, is transportation. So I do round trip transportation and also one way. So I do love to assist my clients with meeting that need as well.
One thing I don't do on Rover, but my sister does, is home visits. During a typical home visit, the Rover provider would come to your home, walk or feed your dog, or do both more than once a day, and sometimes just once a day, depending on your needs. Allison, what do you feel like would be your top tips for a person who's just starting on Rover and they're going to be going into clients' homes in order to care for their fur babies?
I would say definitely my top tip would be to meet the client at their home prior to doing the visit. Now, I've definitely had to do it both ways, where I've had time to meet the client beforehand, and then sometimes I have not. But I do believe when you're going on another dog's territory and you're walking into the home, it's best if you can to meet them with their parent there, just because they know it's okay for you to come inside the home when no one's there. And I think it just really helps them to be a lot more comfortable. There are definitely times when I have had to talk on the phone to the parent just because we didn't have time to do the meeting. And then that way you can also ask a lot of questions, get to know a lot about the fur baby, and, just address any issues or concerns, especially regarding how you gain access to the fur baby, because you need to know how you're actually going to get in. And that's one thing early on I realized was very, very important. But I do love doing the home visits, and that does include whatever the client needs. If that's just filling their water dish, making sure they have food, possibly and usually a short walk, maybe 5 or 10 minutes, just for them to have a potty break, some playtime. And generally that visit is 30 minutes, unless they do ask for additional time. They can have up to an hour. And then I also provide, which is a separate service on Rover, just flat out dog walking. So during that visit, all I'm doing is walking the dog. That can be usually 30 minutes at a time, but if they do want an hour, they have the option of doing that as well.
I think Rover is such a great job. Whether you want to keep one dog a week, one dog a month, or 4 to 6 dogs a day, whether you do it in your home or whether you'd like to go to the homes of others, it's a great business. It's a great side hustle or a full-time hustle. The Rover support team, they're absolutely awesome. My top 3 tips for someone just starting Rover would be, first and foremost, safety. Keep yourself safe. Anytime that you are around other clients, they are not going to be background checked. So it's really important that you are as clear with your communication and as intentional about your safety as possible. The second tip I would give you if you're just starting out is to set your rates lower than the other rated sitters in your area that are top rated. This way you can begin to get some clients because you're more affordable. I know that I started out at about maybe $27 a night, and just being transparent, that was awesome for me because I was getting paid. And even though it's like the first month I was kind of in training with what to do and what to expect, I still made money. Most of the other sitters in my area were probably around $35 a night and up, but just to get your foot in the door, it's really important that you set your prices very fairly, being a beginner, because you won't have any real verified stay testimonials yet. And you really want to build a customer base of repeat clients with dogs that you can really enjoy. Both of us have been fortunate to be able to do that. My third and final tip with Rover would be to manage your home accordingly if they are staying in your home, which means making sure everything is clean, everything is pet safe. If you have any plants, make sure you look those up to see if they are safe to be around animals. Since you're probably only used to your own fur babies, or maybe you don't have any at all, you might not notice that anything that is low hanging from your sofas or tables could become a chew hazard for a puppy. Also, to make sure that you have safe sleeping space individually for every fur baby that you will be keeping. I tend to use iris pins unless their owner sends a crate, but it is very important that at night everybody has a safe and individual sleeping space.
I agree. I do believe just making sure they have their own individual spaces is very important, and also great and clear communication with the clients as well, because you want to be very clear with what they need to bring with them, things that they don't necessarily need to bring. For myself personally, I do keep food and water dishes that I sanitize between guests. That's one less thing that the clients have to bring with them. So I try my best to be as clear as possible with what they need to bring, and just making sure they have a safe and comfortable stay.
Absolutely. I make sure, just like Allison does, that I send daily pictures and updates. I also make sure that I follow the feeding schedule or medication schedule of each pet very carefully. Keeping them on their routine will not only make it easier for you each time they come, because they will be accustomed to that and less nervous, it also gives their owners peace of mind that the instructions that they give you are instructions you're actually going to follow while their fur baby is in your care. So just having that peace of mind is really important for the owners, and it gives you general guidelines to keep that fur baby happy and healthy during their stay.
I agree, definitely. And communication. I always let my clients know whenever they drop off their fur babies, please to reach out if they have any questions or concerns while their baby is in my care, because I would definitely want that same consideration. And I do, like Melanie said, send daily updates and pictures and let them know how well their baby is doing while I have them with me.
Absolutely. And my last tip, which may not even be a tip, is just to be courteous. I think that being courteous and being flexible with the pet owner's parents, and just being transparent. If there is a schedule change or something that comes up, let them know. I've never personally canceled a booking, but I know that if you do have a habit of setting up bookings and then canceling them, Rover is definitely going to flag your account and not recommend you in your area. So you want to make sure that you are providing consistent, safe fur baby care.
Definitely.
Well, I appreciate you all staying to the end. If you could hit the like button, it would be awesome. The subscribe button, even better. Thank you for tuning in today to Fur Family Focus. Hopefully we've given you some helpful hints about how to make money on Rover and how to book safely on Rover if you need them for fur babysitting.
Thank you.